Hey, PumpTown. Happy Saturday. Yes, that's right. It's Saturday. And I just finished telling the 99 that there'd be no way I'd open up my charts ever, for any reason on this planet, on a Saturday. So, cheers. No, I'm not looking at no charts, but I thought I'd give you a little breakdown of what a year would look like with me. And this is kind of what I've always just had in my mind for everybody, but like when I first started teaching, I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know how people were going to respond to this. I didn't have any data. So now I have some of that data. And now I can use that data to better help my friends who come to me for help and mentorship. So here we are. I've noticed, and I mentioned this in my previous lecture yesterday, which I released public on YouTube, the PumpTown Sneaky Peek. I did that for a couple of reasons, but I hope nobody's offended. Nobody's personal information was shared, and just because I'm really careful about that, I don't want to indulge too much, as I would, want the same respect in that manner. So, the slave mind that we're all programmed with has you feeling like you got to keep doing more and more, and you think that more means you're going to get more. In trading, it's actually quite backwards. You need to do more of doing less. And it's so wild because trading is, and I'm sure you'd have to Google it to prove me wrong, but it's the only thing that I can think of where red means go and green means stop. So that little psyop right there, where it's just backwards, right? So we got to kind of think backwards. You've probably developed a lot of bad habits before you came with me that you didn't even maybe realize they were bad. And it's not your fault. It's just lack of proper direction. And it's like, it's so easily available for people to just be trading now. Okay, so 20 years ago, before crypto, you had to go get with a broker. You had to give your SIN number. It was regulated. There wasn't you had to KYC basically, right? Nowadays, you can just gamble in your pocket and just download an app, plug your hard-earned dollars into an exchange, no KYC, and just go hard. So people develop these habits, and then they develop an idea of what they think trading is. And it's not. You see, you're going to think what you think trading is based on your own logistics and your experience. It's not even anywhere close to reality. If you're spending 18, 15, 10 hours a day in the charts trying to click buttons, that's not trading. That's not even anywhere close to professionalism. It doesn't even matter what style of trader you are. That's not professional. There's like trading, there's gambling, there's degeneracy, and then there's self-destruction. So there's like 4 levels of what people think trading is. All right, so you're trying to get to the top tier of professionalism, whether you want to be a day trader or a swing trader, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you want to go into crypto. It doesn't matter if you want to go into commodities, stocks, bonds. You can use this stuff anywhere. When you first come with me, I want you to chill out. And not only do I want you to chill out, I want you to start imagining what it would be like if you made it big. Obviously, you want to quit your job. But what else? Like, what do you want to do? I had one person open up a head shop and start selling medicinal cannabis. I had one person with the dream of opening up a recovery service for addicts. So what is it that you would want to do if you made it big? Because with these skills, you have a good probability of making it big time. So what is that for you? So spend some of your time thinking about what you would do, what you would pay off, what you would buy, who you would help. And try and be out of the charts a little more. See, you need to grow into your dreams. And your dreams is fire the boss, be free, and have money for family and friends and just whatever, right? That's your dream. And you have to grow into that. You have to have that for something to reach for. On your way to that goal, you have to practice what it's like being there. And what it's like being there is you're not in the charts hours and hours and hours a day. You're not clicking the button all day, every day, which is probably what you're doing now. So let's tone it down a lot. You're going to feel really bored at first, and that's normal. Okay? I want you to hear those words. You're going to be bored, and it's normal. But you got to stick it through. How bad do you want it? So the first month, and look, I have people signing up at different times. I have people who have different lifestyles. Not everybody has the same learning curve or is afforded the same opportunity to be in the charts or is in the right time zone. And that's, unfortunate, especially from where I sit. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, okay, I don't have all the answers for all of you. But I'm going to do my best to help you get to where you want to be. So the first month is just getting to know the language. PD arrays, premium/discount arrays, consequent encroachment, mean threshold, or the midway point. So consequent encroachment is your fair value gaps, and mean threshold is your order blocks. So in month 2, we're working on, and some of these can bleed into one another. This is just a template of kind of how I'm trying to direct you guys. And if you're, studying and on board and you're not pushing it and trading, I have many students who followed the plan and done really well. So that means you can too. So month 2, projecting daily bias and studying order flow. Now this will leak into month 1 and probably month 3. So the first 3 months are basically the same thing, but projecting daily bias and understanding and studying order flow. So at very first, you're going to come to the realization that price action likes to take either the previous day's low or the previous day's high, depending on if you're going up or down. So like say you're in a discount market, you just dropped like the big Trump drop and you make an order block. So it's telling you it's switching directions. That's the signature, right? It's switching directions. It's nothing to do with the orders, who's ordering, how many orders. It's just a switcheroo. And that's the signature that says I'm doing a switcheroo now. So call it what you want. It's switching directions down in the discount. So if you're going up and you made an order block in the weekly time frame after a big dip, and say it's like Wednesday. Monday dipped, Tuesday ripped, it's Wednesday. What are you going to aim for? Well, you're going up now. So probably the previous day's high, right? And then in that little price run in New York and end of day, there's going to be the signature unfolding, order flow. So first you get to know it, you study it, and then you start to forecast it and practice getting to know your model. What sings to you in the chart? What part of your unique, wonderful personality resonates with the algorithm? I had one guy hate the order block, absolutely hated it, but he loved fair value gaps. It was just easy for him to see. The majority of my mentor students love fair value gaps. I can't stand them. They're good when I use them, but I like the order block because it's telling me it's reversing. The fair value gap is like the confirmation that it's reversing. So one of those two, or a breaker, or a volume imbalance, or a vacuum block, or a reaper. I got so much to dump on your lap, it's not even funny. So what part of your unique, wonderful personality resonates with the algorithm? That part is weird. And because of that weirdness, I have to be a little bit flexible with what I'm doing in my charts. So I kind of got to figure out what everybody likes as a whole and work with that. Because, like, I love the order block, but I will take a fair value gap on the market structure shift all the time. Of course I will. If it's there and available to me, then yes. I will even use it as a pyramid after my original entry, just to show you that it works. You know, I don't really, the unicorn, look, once the unicorn fair value cap shows up, I'm already exiting a major portion of my trade, typically. And you'll understand later. Because you'll likely come back to this. Hello, again. That one I'll take if I'm not in a trade, or I'll point it out in real time for you guys if it's available. But I know the ladies love the unicorn gap. Of course you do. I paint that fair value gap pink. It's a good model. It's so good. It's a really high probability, and you're gonna love it. Okay, so month 5. Month 4, applying your model to higher time frame bias. So look at, after you understand your model and you've gotten to know the algorithm, you understand bias, you understand order flow, you were intimate with it, you were drawing out candlesticks by hand, you're like, this is my model, she hot, he hot, whatever you're doing. And you've got a good understanding of the language. Okay, now we're going to go into the higher time frames, and you're going to understand bias and how we get bias. Why it's, I'd say 80% important to have a daily bias for the day. It's not 100% important. We can trade without bias. We can be completely offside many, many times and be profitable still. I think we did that last week on Friday. And, yeah. In the higher time frames, you're going to start to understand fractal price and how that order block that you're using and studying in the 1, 5, and 15 minute chart, once it hits the higher time frames, there you go. You already know where price is going. If you drop into a fair value gap on a daily chart, well, you're likely going to go back up. Typically. And of course, if we're offside, I'll teach you how to be offside and still either profitable or mitigate a loss. You'll see. It's not too hard. I know it's intimidating at first. It'll become less intimidating in about 2 weeks. Okay, so month 5, deviations. People really itch for this one. So Asian range, central bank dealers range, the flout, measuring gaps, order blocks, and there's a couple more. The deviations are algorithmic equal or quarters or half parts of specific price swings inside of a certain time frame, so a certain span of time. So for example, the Asian range we use from 8 p.m. EST to midnight EST, and there's a little gem in there that I start showing you that we use for projecting daily and weekly and monthly lows and highs with unbelievable precision. Month 6, executions. So this is set up where if you were to take a break here after month 6, it's permitted. Because you could want to just go with the videos you got and what you've been doing and go and learn for a bit. And you might want to come back, or maybe you just say, I know what I'm doing. I'm done. That's it for me. You've got it figured out. You understand discipline. You're not freaking out and desperate and trying to click buttons all the time. This could be where we say goodbye. So we practice executions and engaging with your model. There will be little tiny execution arrows on your chart on TradingView. Okay, so you're to practice your executions and then hand in your homework. So you'll be, giving yourself a few opportunities, using a wide stop, practicing targeting 40, 80, 120 ticks, things like that. And so month 6, 7, you're going to be doing that while hyper journaling. Okay, so month 7, this is where things get hard. Okay, you've had it easy until now. And why is that? Because you should simply be studying at this point. You haven't clicked a button. In a funded account, you haven't tried to load up a live account and went into crypto and started screwing around. Your executions, you don't need to be clicking a button for that. You can use the position tool on your chart, and that could be, you take before your order block, your model tells you to get into a trade. You use your position tool, you take a screenshot, price action plays out, you take another screenshot. Okay, that could be another way that you're practicing executions. Either way, you have something on the chart that proves that you were seeing the model correctly, and something there to just keep you accountable. Okay. When you come back, that's when the demo account would kick in and you're hyper journaling. And you've had it easy up until this point because there hasn't really been any emotions attached to your studies. It's been pure studying. And I know you're going to just be so sick of me saying it, and it's going to just leave a bad taste in your mouth. I get it. Look, you're studying a science. You've already proven to yourself that it repeats. You've seen it in front of your very face. So that means that you can forecast these things happening with people will look at you real funny. I got buddy's wife chasing him around the house, begging him to trade. And he's like, no, not yet. You're going to notice that once you start executing, things start getting weird. Because you're going to take losses and you're not going to be okay with it. Or you're going to win and you're not going to be okay with it. So you're going to bring that unique, special personality into your trading. Month 8, you start with a trading plan. So in month 7 and starting with month 6, you're going to start refining your rules. Why you're going to not be trading. Yep, because you're trading way too much. Okay, and I can already foresee it. I can already foresee, because it's already happening, that when you're offside or taking losses, you disappear and you feel ashamed. It's normal, and you got to shake it off. There's no need to feel ashamed if you're offside or taking an L. That's not the shameful thing. The shameful thing is revenge trading, clicking without a model. That's what hurts. So at the end of the day, when you're sending me your executions, you're showing me that You only took so many trades. You only took the amount of trades that you were supposed to. And that's what we're refining. Okay, so your trading plan is based on your rules. And this is where the real hard work starts. This is like the make it or break it point in here. And if you make it past this and you're handing in charts and you're still a happy camper and you haven't bailed on me, month 9, we're refining your targets. So you're moving beyond 120 ticks. You're applying the deviations and time stops to your plan. So you've seen I just gave and if you're coming in way later, then just ignore this part, but I just gave a trading plan with a time stop model for the summer. So we'll be applying that for the next couple of months. Month 10, trading challenge. So after this beautiful journey of us hanging out almost every day, every morning, or in Discord, I'm going to give you a trading challenge, much like the trading plan, but it'll be typically refined and tailored to you. As long as I got enough information from you, this is what I do with all the stuff that you send me, executions and your screenshots, daily bias, and how I know that you're getting it. And then I can give you a trading challenge for the rest of the mentorship. So you've got 2 months of, 10, 11, 12, I guess 3 months. You get 3 months of building a funded account if that's what you desire. And when you go from demo to a funded setting, you're going to come up with a whole new basket of issues. And you're going to feel like you're spinning your wheels. And right now, when you join, it doesn't seem very appealing. But look, it's the realness. You have weaknesses. You're not going to be okay with taking L's. You might have taken more trades than you were supposed to, or risked more than you were supposed to. So we got to refine those specific weaknesses that can only be brought to the surface in a trading challenge or a funded challenge setting. Okay? And through all this, you're still hyper journaling, because month 11, you have to refine your weakness from the reflections in your journal. And I'll help you with some of the stuff as far as executions, targets, time. But the baggage that you're going to experience here, you're going to refine from your journal and your journal entries. Oh, this is what I'm doing. And this is the hard work. This is where traders buckle right here. They can't control themselves under pressure. They can't actually hold themselves accountable. Month 12 is the final unload. If you're still sending me stuff and you're happy and you're like, your account should be up because you understand you're risking, what you're risking is everything. I set you up and I just unload some tools on you. Some tricks and some other things, and you should be at payout status. If you are solely studying and you plan on 2 years with me, maybe I will come up with another plan. Because if you are really dedicated to 2 years, if I'm teaching that long, the whole first year is just going to be pretty much studying. Especially like if you're living a busy life, you might have to go 2 years, right? So I look forward to each and every one of yours journey. This is, first half is the easy, second half is the real hard part. God bless you all. Thank you for joining, and I look forward to it.